Hey, and welcome to the Jessica Paul podcast. I'm your host, Jess Paul, actress, manifestation expert, and mindset coach. And I'm here to share with you all of my secrets on confidence, success, and the magic of manifestation. If you're ready to dive in deep and see more success in your career, more money in your bank account, and more love in your life, with a whole new level of freedom, then you're in the right place. I'm letting loose on everything you need to take back control of your life, up-level your mindset, and tap into your manifestation powers. I'm so excited that you're here. Hello, you magical, beautiful humans. Welcome back to another episode of the JP podcast. It is me, your host, your manifestation mentor, your spiritual bestie, and all the good things to help you manifest the life of your dreams. And we're back this week. Diving into an episode that is really going to help you achieve those manifestations, because we go through cycles in our manifestation practice, and some days, and you'll find this, guys, that you'll find yourself just feeling like a magic human being where you're just manifesting left, right, and center. Everything's happening. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's all coming in at once. And that tends to happen because it's when we reach that final stage of manifestation that we master in letting go. And I think that whatever stage you're at in your cycle right now, with like manifesting certain things you want to manifest, we can achieve this stage really quickly. So we're going to chat about how to really call those manifestations in. We obviously had 3 weeks of your Back to Basics series, which so many of you loved, and you were all DMing me saying that you loved it. So we may go back to that series and go back again. But we're going to dive into some things because I've been feeling magic. I mean, I'm always feeling magic, but I have been feeling particularly magic over the last couple of weeks, I'd say. So many things flew in, and there's a reason for that. And so we want to cover that in today's episode. But first, life update. So I have been feeling into this Virgo season energy, guys. This is just this energy, when you hit September, it's like a back to school energy of I'm going to get shit done. I've had my hot girl summer. Now I'm going to get back into everything. And I've really been feeling that. I've just had my nails done. I had my hair done the other day, and I'm having a bit of a glow up. I'm feeling fresh. And this is all in time for my sister's wedding. So my sister is actually getting married at the weekend, guys. Very, very excited for a big celebration with the family. And I also did announce that she is pregnant, and her baby is due right before Christmas. This could be a Christmas baby. We're very excited about it. So it's a big year for my sister. There's a lot of focus on her at the moment because she's getting married, she's having a baby. She's also turning 30 this year. So we're feeling fresh for her, and it's very exciting. And also, just after that, my friend Shanae, she was actually on the podcast. This was an old client of mine, now turned friend. She is from Australia, and she's actually coming to visit the UK, guys. So she's going to be staying with me in Manchester, and I'm very excited to be in the presence of a spiritual bestie, because I know when you're in the energy of those people that just get it, we're gonna just create magic and have so much fun. And I'm very, very excited for it. So we're gonna be showing her the sights of Manchester. Very, very cool. So all of this is going on, and I'm really just feeling into this energy of getting shit done. I have even gone back to a lot of content creation, guys. I'm feeling very inspired at the moment to create, and I took a step back from it all over the past month or so, I'd say, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why in this episode and how it actually helped me and served me. But now I'm feeling that pull and that very inspired place to get back into it, and even get back into a lot of the content creation around my brand new academy coming out. So this is my main academy, the Mindset Miracles and Manifestation Academy. This is my baby. This is the whole of my method on manifesting basically the life I've manifested today. So going from broke, out of work actress to creating a 6-figure company, living this life, having all of this amazing community of women around me, and, calling in the acting jobs, calling in the money, calling in everything. in a very short amount of time. And I put an academy together to basically talk you through the whole way, teach you the whole of my method. And we've already had lots of you go through this academy and achieve like insane things. But I took a little break from it because I have been recreating a brand new version of it and adding like literally a whole like 4 more weeks in there of modules, whole month extra, because I've added a lot more of the miracle aspect in there, which is very exciting. So I've been called to get back into that. So I know so many of you have already signed up to the wait list. And if you want to sign up to the wait list, or if you just want to find out more about this, then please do just drop me a DM on Instagram at I am Jessica Paul. Drop me a DM just with Academy, and we can chat in the DMs about it and what it all entails. It is my signature course. It's the course that literally will change your life forever because it changed my life and it's changed the lives of multiple of my clients. But this is like a brand new version of it coming out. So I'm very excited to announce more on that when it happens. But for those of you on the wait list, don't worry, I've not forgotten about you. Very exciting info to come very soon. And our sponsor for this week is, of course, the free guided meditation that I brought out for you last week. So many of you downloaded this already. So many of you have sent in DMs telling me that it's really helping. This is fantastic. Like I said, this is a 5-minute guided meditation, all for calling in those manifestations, getting you into that receiving mode. And I created it so it's only 5 minutes so that you can do it every freaking day, right? No excuses. You could do this daily. I've been doing it daily myself. Like, I do listen to my own meditations sometimes, guys. But like, get yourselves, if you haven't downloaded that, then all you got to do is just go to the show notes, click the link in the show notes. You can sign up there and you'll immediately be put on my mailing list as well, where you're going to receive I do a weekly email for you guys, just full of inspiration and manifestation hacks. That's every Friday that you receive that email. And what else? Yeah, just lots of things that you will get when you're on my mailing list. I love sending my emails out. So yeah, go ahead, click on the link in my show notes to grab your free guided meditation. Let me know in the DMs how you found it. And without further ado, let's get into today's episode. So today, guys, like I said, we want to dive into chatting about how to really achieve that complete non-attachment when it comes to your manifestations and let the fuck go so you can allow these manifestations in. This is literally the final part of manifesting anything you want into your life. It's being able to sit there with absolutely no attachment to it. And that is the vibe of letting it in, right? Now, this is incredibly hard, and I'm going to be honest with you. It really is, because when you really, really want something and you place a lot of need and meaning on that, which is so natural, guys, because when you are, when you feel passionate about something and when you really, really, really desire something, obviously you're going to be thinking about that thing and you're going to be wanting it now, and that's fine. You're allowed to want it now. But when we're in a place of need, when we're in that vibration of need, that will just push. It's like a magnet repelling, like the opposite. What do you call it? When two magnets repel, it's just like repelling your manifestations when you're in that place of need. So we have to get so good at just being completely chilled and not attached to it, right? Now, like I said before, we go through these cycles in our manifestation practice where some of you might be at the stage where you're in that stage of kind of feeling a little bit frustrated, like, oh my God, why are my manifestations not here yet? I have been working on them. Why are they not here, right? Other of you, like where I'm at right now, where I have been for the past few weeks, you might be in that stage where you're like, oh my God, things are actually coming in, even if it's small things, right? I'll tell you a story about one small thing that came in for me. But even if it's those small things where you're like, finding a $5 on the ground and it's like, oh my gosh, I've just manifested £5. Wow, right? If you can do it with £5, you can do it with £500, right? But even if it's the small things coming in and you're feeling a little bit magical at the moment, that might be the stage you're in. Or you might be just in a stage of trying to find clarity with something. Like, what the hell do I want to manifest? What do I want? What's my purpose? Like, maybe you're at that stage as well. But we go through cycles with whatever we're manifesting. And the final stage of the cycle of manifestation is like achieving that non-attachment. Just achieving that complete, like, chilled out, I don't give a fuck feeling, right? And this is one of the hardest like vibes to get yourself in on. So I want to talk you through my method on getting into that vibe and some of the things that I've called in recently because I've been in that vibe. So those of you that like have been listening to my episodes weekly, and you kind of, because I always do a life update, you kind of understand what I've been doing, where like my mindset's been, like where my energy has been, like since the beginning of this podcast. You'll know that like I don't know, like however many weeks ago, when I'd come out of hospital, I went through a dip in my mindset, and I was like forced to go back into a lot of shadow work, which I'm going to be talking more about on the podcast. I haven't really felt like I've been in a place where I've wanted to talk about half the things I've been going through, just because when you're processing something yourself, it's like, you know, only until after you've processed it can you really then like share it with people. So I will be sharing with you guys. But I went into this stage of like really like doing a lot of shadow work. And then when I came out of this stage of doing shadow work, I then was like, oh my God, I just want to play in the 3D. And I think I like said that in a few episodes on the podcast where I was just like, I'm just playing in this 3D. I'm having fun. I'm going out places. I'm drinking with my friends. I'm just like being in this 3D world. And now I've come out of that stage, and this is where the magic is happening. So the number one thing I'll say, right, because I'm going to take you like through 3 things to think about when achieving that non-attachment, right? The first thing I'd say is that you have to literally forget what it is you're trying to call in, right? And now, again, you might be thinking, how the hell am I supposed to forget what I want to call in? I really, really want it that badly. Like, I can't forget this thing. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to completely erase your manifestation from your mind, but you have to understand that your mind can only, your brain can only think 2 thoughts at once, right? So, and I've said this before, like we're not multitaskers. Like when we're focused on one thing, we're focused on that thing, and you distract yourself from everything else. So distraction is like such a great form of like achieving that non-attachment. So literally forgetting, like for a period of time, what the hell you've actually been working towards. And this is what happened with me when I started just going out and having fun and meeting friends and doing all of those things, right? Because I was so focused on other things like my friend's birthday and, going to London and meetings and things. I was so focused on what was going on in the present moment that I had no time to think about the things I wanted to call in, right? There was literally no time or space in my mind, in my vibration, because I was so focused on what I was doing. So I literally forgot about what it is I wanted. I'd set the intention, I'd done all the work around it, and part of that work was the shadow work, right? But then I just freaking forgot about it. And that is the first thing I'd say. If you're wanting to achieve complete non-attachment, you have to distract yourself. Distract yourself with other people, going out to different places, booking in to do something fun, like whatever it is for you. Get your mind off the thing that you really, really, really want. Because when your mind is on that thing, I guarantee your vibration is of need and neediness. And we don't want to be there, right? We want to be chilled. We want to be just letting these things come into us, be so attracted to us. So this leads me into the next thing that you want to think about when finding that non-attachment, which is be playful. Right? Because if we talk about this vibration of neediness, playfulness is literally the opposite of that vibration, right? So that's the vibe we want to be aiming for. So go and do the things, like the things that are going to help you forget and distract yourself. Those are the fun things. Like literally make sure that you are playing and having fun in the 3D. Like for me, I wasn't distracting myself with other work. I was distracting myself by seeing friends and having fun and going out and like, you know, eating good food and like having nice drinks and, you know, just enjoying life, like just really being in that pleasure aspect. And, you know, again, like for those high achievers listening to this, you're going to be like, oh my God, Jess, why would I go and do all those things when I need to be focusing on what it is I want? This is like a game changer. This was a game changer for me. But this is part of your work, guys. This is part of the process. Like if you cannot allow yourself to go out and just have fun for a bit because you're thinking, oh my God, it's taking me away from what I'm wanting to achieve. It's distracting me from what I want to achieve. If you're believing that, like you're not actually getting the work here. Like this is work. So whenever I kind of find myself falling into that vibration of like, oh my gosh, I've gone out for like, you know, 3 weekends in a row and I've been, you know, spending quite a bit of money and I've just been like, I've been doing lots of fun things, but oh my gosh, like I should be more focused. If I feel myself slipping into that and I am like, you know, starting to feel a bit worried about it, I just remind myself, this is part of the work. If I wasn't having fun and I wasn't playing, then nothing would be coming in anyway. So what's the frickin' point, right? We're so conditioned to believe that we have to be working really hard on the thing we want to achieve it. That's not how this works. That is not how law of attraction works, right? So the more you can actually relax into having fun and understand that it's part of your work, it's part of the manifestation process, then you're going to see more things come in, right? Now, obviously, we do everything in moderation. I'm not talking about like going out and playing for the rest of your life and never being focused or taking any action toward your goal, because then of course you're not going to see it come in, right? And you're just going to end up spending all your money and not achieving anything. But like you have to find that balance between playing, letting go, being in that feminine, and then like, you know, then being in the vibe of focus, which is, like I said, Virgo season right now, back to school feeling, this is where I'm at. So everything is a cycle. The final thing I'll say about reaching, like really achieving this non-attachment feeling is you've got to understand your vibration, right? And this kind of relates back to what I was saying before about how I was doing a lot of shadow work a few months ago and really diving into places that were quite difficult, but I went there and I was doing work around that, right? And because I did that work around it, and then I started to move into this next stage of I want to go out, I want to do things. But I understood what my vibration was telling me to do. You know, you've got to ask yourself, like, are you doing the shadow work around things? Are you allowing yourself time to sit and meditate and go inwards? Are you doing that work? Do you understand where your vibration actually is right now? Because if you don't, then you're going to be constantly in this vibe of need. You know, if you don't understand like your vibration or how to manage your vibration, you're always going to be in that place of need. You know, and you're always going to be wanting more and never feeling satisfied. So those three things, like literally forgetting, right? Being playful and understanding your vibe. And, you know, if you combine all of those things, you're going to find it very, very easy to call in what you want. So just to put it all into a big example for you in terms of what I have literally just been through and why I feel magic right now and why I'm in that stage and this stage of non-attachment. So as I said, I came out of hospital, I had a little dip. I had this whole kind of moment where I was like reassessing life again, which we do. And for those of you that have ever hit rock bottom in your life, right? Because I have like a number of times, but I really, really, really did like 3 years ago. You'll understand that feeling of kind of sitting in that place of, right, I have two like tracks that I could go down. One of them is going down the same track and just literally feeling like utter shit. Or the other one, I can actually do something about it and make shit happen, right? And when you're in that place, and again, like that's kind of dramatic to say, but some of you might be in that space right now. But for me, I kind of go through those moments sometimes just on like a small scale where I'm like, okay, what am I doing with my life again? Let's just reassess, right? And I went through that when I came out of hospital, I think because there was just a lot happened to my body. And so that was the first step, right? I was starting to understand my vibration, and I was doing the shadow work around things. And at the same token, I was finding clarity about things. I said to myself, right, what do I want to do? And I was like, do you know what? I want to focus more on my acting career. And I've been writing this sitcom, and I've been taking that action, right? Because listen, that's part of manifestation too. So I dove into all these shadow aspects. I was taking the action in terms of actually writing the sitcom. I was more focused with my clarity on what I, wanted from my acting career and life in general. And then after coming out of that stage of like deep inner work, I wanted to play, and I played. And like I said, I really have. Like over this summer, I have had such a great summer. I've been here, there, and everywhere. Yes, it has been like whoa for my vibration, because I do need my own time as well to like recoup, and it's fine. I gave myself those times, but the fun and the celebration and like all of that, and just flirting with life, right? That's the stage I've been in right now. Now then cut to, like I said, when I was away in London and Edinburgh, whilst I was having all this fun, that's when I literally forgot about all those because one of the main things, like clarity-wise, that I was working on when I was understanding my vibration was I want to manifest producers to produce my sitcom that I've written, right? That's like kind of the stage I'm at right now. And like, I'll be giving you lots of updates on that because so many exciting things are happening. But like, I'm in this stage where I'm like, right, I want to manifest producers. But as I was playing, when I was in Edinburgh and I was, in London with my friends, I completely forgot. I was like, this isn't even on my mind. Didn't even cross my mind that I had been manifesting that and, in my acting career and all of this stuff. I was just in the moment. I was just playing, right? So then when I got to Edinburgh, which I like told you like on last week's episode, I manifested like bumping into this producer literally in the queue for coffee, and he gave me all these contact details, which was a little nudge from the universe. Again, it's like, there you go, Jess, there's your small little manifestation. I'm just going to throw in another small thing that came in. This is just because I was feeling magic, and this is just so funny, it's so random, but like I wasn't prepared weather-wise going to Edinburgh, and it started absolutely pouring down with rain, and I was like, oh my god, I don't have anything. I asked my friend, do you have an umbrella? No, I don't. So I was going into every shop going, do you have an umbrella? Because at this point I was turning into a drowned rat, and everywhere was like, no, we've sold out. I was like, oh my gosh. And I literally walked out of the third shop, and this woman stops me in the street, and she goes, did you get one? And I was like, what? She was like, an umbrella. And I was like, no, I didn't. And she went, just 1 second, I'll get you one. And she literally opens up her car boot, and there is a boot full of umbrellas. I mean, you couldn't freaking write it. I was like, is this woman a witch? Like, I swear to God she was. And I'd swear she'd given me some sort of magical umbrella. I was like, how did you even know I wanted an umbrella in the first place? And it was a really good umbrella. And this woman just stops me on the street and hands me one. Like, that is a magic manifestation that only flows in for you when you're in that vibe. Like, you don't get these things if you're not in that vibe. And so again, that was me going, oh my gosh, I'm in this magic space again. And the whole reason I was feeling that was because I had completely let go. I was in utter non-attachment from all the things I've wanted, because I stopped doing the work. I stopped doing the inner work, and I started playing, right? And then going off from that, like I kind of expressed in last week's episode, I've bumped into another producer contact, an even bigger producer contact, which is, now in that bank for me. And so many other things have been happening. I was getting unexpected sales on my masterclass and just receiving unexpected money, and these things only come in when you stop and you're not attached to the situation. So you can see in my example there the stages that I've gone through over the past month. And so I want you guys to know that, like I said, whatever stage you're in, you can get yourself to that point of non-attachment very, very quickly, but you have to do those things. You have to literally forget. And the way you forget is by being playful and being present and being in the moment and understanding that isn't taking you away from your goal. That's part of the work towards your goal, right? So don't get stressed out if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I've been playing too much. I need to be more focused. It is part of your goal, and only you know what the balance is, right? Because sometimes you can go too far the other way and forget that you actually do have to have a bit of focus, and you have to take the action, you have to do the inner work. But balance, right? Because you're not going to get it if you just work, right? So this is part of my process. And now I want to give you a bit of homework so that you can go off and actually start implementing this today. So the first thing I want you to do is just ask yourself, when was the last time I had fun for the sake of having fun, right? And now this is like assuming, guys, that you have done all of those like prior stages of manifestation. And you know what? I am going to bring out a podcast episode on my stages, my method of manifestation in terms of like the different stages that we have to go through. But like, this is assuming you have kind of found clarity, you've been taking quite a bit of action already, you've been, working quite hard to get to these goals and they still haven't come in for you yet. Like this is for you guys at that stage, right? Just ask yourself, when was the last time I had fun for the sake of having fun? Okay. And then I want you to like simply affirm to yourself when you are having fun. And this is part of shadow work, guys. When you are having fun and you feel those feelings creep in of like guilt in a way, like, should I be doing this or should I be more focused on my goals? Just affirm to yourself, this is part of the work. The fun I have is part of the work, right? This is part of the work. Just affirming that to yourself on repeat whenever you're in those, when you're in that stage, because I think that it honestly is the one thing that most high achievers trip up on, is you just think, oh my gosh, the more I am going out having fun doing those things, the less I am focused on my goals, and therefore the less likely I am to achieve them. Whereas in this vibrational reality, it is the complete opposite of that. The more fun you have, the more fun you feel, and the more like excitement you feel, and just like playfulness you feel, and flirtiness you feel, the more likely you are to have the thing, to call the thing in, right? So just affirming to yourself, this is part of the work. Having fun is part of the work. So guys, this is my method to achieving complete non-attachment, final stage of manifestation, most important stage of manifestation. And I know that it's difficult. And as I said before, like, this is not something you can do and achieve until you've done the prior work, right? Until you've understood your vibration and, gone through that shadow work and found clarity and done all the other steps, okay? This is the final stage. So if you haven't done any of those other steps, then they're the things you want to go back and have a look at, right? But this is kind of my method to achieving that, and it's the space that I've been playing in right now. And like I said, I'm now getting into this point of like, okay, I want to take more action again. Like, I'm feeling ready for it, because it always comes in a cycle. So if you've enjoyed this episode, give it a little share on Instagram, tag me in it, let me know how you found it, let me know what your biggest takeaways are, and don't forget to go and download that free guided meditation for your daily practice, for you to go inward, for you to connect to yourself, for you to tap into the vibration so that you can receive your manifestations. And always, don't be afraid to drop me an email or drop me a DM with anything else you'd like to hear on the podcast. And with that, I'll chat to you all next week. Lots of love. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who you think would love it too. And if you want to let me know how you found it, just screenshot this episode, add it to your Instagram story, and tag me at I am Jessica Paul so that I can throw all the love right back at you. And of course, subscribe, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review to show your support and to keep the good stuff coming. Sending you so much love and gratitude from your girl Jess.